Over 15,000 people have died fighting for this gang. Two things were happening in 1960s South Central. Young men coming of age in low-income project housing, which was originally designed to house factory workers, and the civil rights movement. The Black Panther Party, formed in the aftermath of the Watts riot in 1965, gave older gang members a focus on fighting police brutality, while younger men and teenagers formed gangs and engaged in criminal activity. According to the Bureau of Justice Assistance, gangs date back possibly as early as the 12th century. In the early part of the 1600s in London, there were gangs calling themselves the Mims, Hectors, Bugles, Dead Boys, who found amusement in breaking windows and demolishing taverns, and they also fought pitched battles among themselves dressed with colored ribbons to distinguish the different factions. Today, the Bloods and the Crips distinguish themselves with the colors red and blue. Raymond Washington was born in South Los Angeles in 1953. Making him only 12 years old during the Watts riots, a 6-day battle between the community and the police that turned his neighborhood into a war zone. According to the Los Angeles Times, those who grew up with Washington remembered him as a legendary street fighter. For a time, he admired the Black Panthers, but ultimately chose gang life. Washington formed his own gang, which eventually became the Crips. While there are many tales of how the group got its name, those close to Washington said it came from a time when his older brother twisted his ankle and had to walk with a limp. Raymond Washington approached Stanley Tookie Williams, a gang leader and high school student known throughout town for surviving a stint in juvenile detention in 1971. Both men decided to merge their gangs in order to form the most powerful organization in all of Los Angeles. Washington would run the east side of town, while Williams would run the west. In Williams' memoir, Blue Rage, Black Redemption, during the meeting with Washington and his friend Bulldog, Williams recalls, "The three of us were dressed identically, in black leather coats, black biscuits, and heavily starched Levi's. Had my enemies seen them, they would have been mistaken for being part of my circle." According to the book Black Los Angeles, the FBI brought down the leaders of the Black Panther Party using a counterintelligence program known as COINTELPRO. This created a power vacuum, and the youth gangs stepped in to fill it. The Crips wore Black Panther-inspired leather jackets.